Welcome back to CBS 12 News at 9. For some parents, the birth of a child does not bring only joy. It can also bring lots of worry, especially when that child is born weeks early. But the incredible people who work at neonatal intensive care units dispel that worry and do incredible work to help nurse premature babies and others with developmental issues and get them healthy enough to come home. September is NICU Awareness Month, and today is specifically a day set to recognize those great workers, which I can do from experience. So you're looking at pictures of my children, Theo and Scarlett, twins born 8 weeks early. They spent 5 weeks at the NICU at St. Mary's Hospital in West Palm Beach, and here they are now. You see them almost 5 years later, healthy goofballs. Dr. Adrian, Florens, a NICU doctor on staff at Palm Beach Children's Hospital and West Boca Medical Center. He's joining us live this morning. Dr. Florens, thanks for joining us. Today's a day to honor all the workers at NICUs, so thank you for what you do. What is the most important quality you need to work in the NICU?
Good morning. Thank you for having me today. Very excited to be here. I think that the most important quality you need is really be a team player. You have to be able to work with other people in situations that are many, many times very stressful. So that's another thing. You have to stay calm, cool, and collected sometimes in situations with a lot of stress. But at the end of the day, to remember that you're with families in their most difficult times sometimes. Many people, like as you know, don't expect to end up in the NICU, right? Families come to the hospital, they think they're going to have a baby, and they expect things to go well. But being in the NICU, being able to be empathic with these families, communicate well, be a team player, really, really is a huge part of being a neonatologist, being a neonatal nurse, anybody that works in the NICU, just to be able to be with these families in their most difficult time.
Yeah, I always thought that, NICU seemed like it would be a scary or a depressing place for parents. But I know for me and my wife, it was a very welcoming place, and a hopeful place, something that really wasn't all that depressing at all to be in there.
You know what? That's great that you mentioned that, because people are scared at the beginning. But as time goes by, and as parents start to realize what's happening there, really what it is we all really care so much about the well-being of the baby and the family that it starts to become a welcoming place. I've heard parents say before, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but we're going to miss you when we go home. And we understand, because we connect with families the same way, and we miss them. That's why we do these reunions where babies come back later. And we see them grow and thrive after they were so sick before. And it's an incredible, incredible feeling.
Yeah, my kids were born on November 17th, which is National Premature Baby Day. So we go back to St. Mary's every year for that. Can you give us a story about a little baby that seemed to maybe have unsurmountable odds, but was able to still leave the NICU with their parents?
Absolutely. There's so many stories of hope. Two stories come to mind right away, and I have permission from the families. Baby Still Weston, for example, a mom that was there for since she was 26 weeks, and she had to stay in the hospital for a long time because she was in preterm labor, and suddenly they had to do an emergency C-section. The baby was premature, born very sick, and we had to do maneuvers that are and really techniques that are just state-of-the-art neonatal work to resuscitate the baby and to getting through all those difficult times. And today, he's thriving. He just turned 2. He's a beautiful boy. Another story quickly that comes to mind is Grace Garcia, another little baby that the mom went into complications of labor, emergency section, delivered prematurely. The odds were very, very low. I mean, we were at some point saying we're not sure how this is going to end. We had all the multi-specialty approach, neurology, cardiology, all these great doctors. And as time went by, with the love of the family and the care that we have, and I have to say the braveness of the family, this little girl is doing well, and she's thriving, and she's out there trying to really the work that the families do, not only in the NICU, but after with all the follow-ups, is unbelievable. So these are just two little examples of so many babies that we see go home, and we call them Nicu Graduates, and it's our biggest pride and joy.
You guys are miracle workers. Dr. Florens, thank you so much for joining us here for NICU Awareness Month, and thank you for all the work that you and your coworkers do every day.
Thank you so much for having me. This has been a pleasure, and I can't wait to see you in the next reunion.
Sounds good. Thank you. Laura, let's go back to you, get another check of weather.